Hi, I'm Bobbi-Lea from AussieTheatre.com, and I am in the green room of the QPAC Centre in Brisbane, and we are in for a special treat as we go behind the scenes of Dr Zhivago. Now, what better tour guides than a couple of lads from the show? We have Frank Hansen and Luke Joslin. Welcome.
Thanks
hello,
very much,
Bobbi-Lea. Hello, Bobbi-Lea.
Hello there at home.
You got it right when you said two lads.
Just for people who don't know the show, just a bit of a background.
Well, the background is obviously it's a story of three men in love with one woman and two women in love with one man. Is that right? Three women, yeah. No, three, yeah.
No, you're right.
And I was right the first time. So, yeah, it's essentially Yuri Zhivago and the story of Russia, the Russian Revolution.
Yep, set against the backdrop of the Russian
Revolution. So there's war, he's a doctor, he's a poet, he loves Tonya, but then he's torn, he's got this relationship that he develops with Lara.
So it was based on a film, which was based on a book. So how is the musical different from the movie or the book?
The difference is they go a lot more in depth into the relationship between what happens to Pasha Strelnikov is not covered as much in the original film.
It's a very populated story, but in our version, even though there are, a fair amount of characters, there's really only time to focus on the story of three or four of them.
And then there's us, which are basically, we're the focal point.
We are.
In the ensemble.
We save the show.
We pretty much. I mean, without us, there wouldn't really be a musical at all.
And without your dance solo, there would be no dancing.
That's right.
And what's a musical without a dance solo?
It's not a musical.
You don't win the dance contest, admittedly, but...
All right, don't tell the...
I'm giving it away.
So now that we've got all that, let's go on tour, boys.
We're going on tour, aren't we? Already on tour? All right, let's go. This is actually the stage on the television behind you. This is where the swings sometimes sit to watch the show when they're not on. Now, let's go. Look at this. Secure area. We're getting unauthorised access. We've got it. Let's go. Okay, so this is our notice board. This is where we get all our updates. Helpman Awards. We've obviously got a couple of people up for Helpman Awards.
There's a wardrobe area over there, dressing rooms down there. We're going to go upstairs later on to look at the stage, but I thought first we, Frank, could take the lovely people here to the pit.
Let's go.
The orchestra pit, so let's have a look. So this is like the storage area, huge area down here where the band hang out. And the stage is directly above us, pretty much here.
I mean, the pit area, this is a very sacred space for musicians. This is where the magic happens, because, as you know, there's quite a large orchestra that's behind the Dr Zhivago soundtrack, and this is where it all happens down here. So this is where Kelly and the orchestra create the magic that is the music of Dr Zhivago. And she's sort of the control room, if you will, the link between the orchestra and the stage. So if I forget my words...
Which you do.
Which I do...
Daily.
Sure. I can look down at Kelly and mouth the words, "Save me!"
And if you just pan around, you might even see... Mr. Warlow, is that you? He's hiding. Oh!
Shane Bourne in this room.
I think that's Shane Bourne.
I've just been to see the show. Absolutely.
What did you think, Shane?
That Warlow is quite incredible.
Did you enjoy it?
No, hang on.
Mr. Warlow.
I've still got some Max Factor in my left arm.
You want to tell him to get out there?
Fish Islands.
We're just having a bit of a backstage tour. There's Beck over there. G'day, Beck.
About your future career.
Oh, excellent. All right. Note to self, we're out. What would you call this, Frank? The think tank?
This is the thing. This is where the action happens. This is where the schedules are made. Got a cast member over there. On the internet, Natalie. This is unusual to see you down here in your leopard skin robe. AussieTheatre.com. That's the website. We'll be on that in about a few days' time.
Yeah, and we're actually... This is a film for AussieTheatre.com.
You're the star of the show. This is Natalie Gamzu. She's one of our beautiful actors who plays Kubarika in the show, and she's also in the ensemble. Natalie?
All right, so this way, we come into the dressing room, and here's Chris Scalzo, swing extraordinaire.
That is Chris Scalzo. Hello.
G'day, Chris, or as we like to call him, Andy Garcia.
Thanks.
How are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
What are you doing? What are you up to?
A little bit of reading.
Wrong answer. You're supposed to be going over your notes for the show tonight because you're on.
Notes for the show tonight
Who are you
because
on
I'm
for
on.
tonight, Chris?
Our dance captain, Glenn Hill, tonight. I will be replacing him in this evening's performance.
Do you want to say anything to the Aussie theatre folk that might be watching this?
We've got a couple more weeks. If you're in Brisbane, do come down and check us out.
Tickets are rushing out the door.
Yeah, right. That's
yeah,
right.
you're really Moscow.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, we've got to move on. This is wardrobe section, and these are our beautiful wardrobe staff. There's Simone and Chris. The costumes in this show are very extensive. You can imagine Russia, the turn of the century. There's a lot of coats, scarves, hats. I mean, we'll go up and see, but everybody wears about 7 or 8 at least coats in the show.
All right, let's go. This way, we're going to go up to the stage level now. This is the first dressing room that you'll see. The big guy. And you can often hear him tinkling in there. What else? We have Tricia Noble's dressing room just there. We're about to enter the main area, and this is where it all happens. And you're about to walk into a big Dick Smith.
You're a big Dick Smith.
Righto, Frank. The main control area, would you say?
Electrics is what this area is called. This is where all the electrical magic happens.
Hi, everybody.
This is Pam, our stage manager, Pam, who's been...
Lovely Pam. The train is probably operated from back here too, which is a big centrepiece of the show. The train, it's a big deal. And if you've seen the show, that's the big platform that comes down and up and has a lot of moving parts. So it needs to be monitored very carefully. The worst thing you can have is a train stop, which will be a show stop. So luckily these boys know what they're doing. Oh, what's going on here?
You caught us. Mima.
Jozo, are you pretending to do some work?
Yeah, pretending.
Why start now?
Oh, I'm acting, Frank.
Well, I've just finished cleaning the stretcher that takes on the bloodied soldier.
Todd bleeds on it every night, doesn't he, and ruins it.
Yeah, every night.
Radio mic area. So this is where you try to get the cast before the show.
This is your call to radio mic checks. Your call to radio mic checks.
Yes, this is prompt corner right here.
And this is where the show is called from. This is a very important area.
Each cue has been marked in that score, in the manuscript, and we follow that along while we watch the MD and the action on stage, and we call all sorts of different things.
There's a very interesting thing to note too, is that the stage is raked, which means there's an angle that goes across the stage, and it's very deceptive. That gives an idea of perspective from the audience.
Situated in each wing is a little... what would you call it? A little sort of props table, props bay. Torch, there you go.
Look at that, bags. And there's a duck.
A duck. Anthony.
What's that been there?
That's Anthony Wallow's duck.
Right. Does he know it's dead?
I don't know. I'm on my mark, Frank.
Are you on your mark? Finally, Jozo's found his mark. This hasn't happened all season.
Because I can see.
You can see. Pam's given us the green light to walk up the staircase. This is the famous staircase that Lara and Yuri both travel up.
Up you go, Frank.
I feel pretty.
Do you?
Pretty
And...
and
all right, we might head over to the OP side now.
the wardrobe in this show is absolutely extensive. You can see each one of these guys is Anton Berison, one of our actors. This is his costumes for the whole show.
It's like a big op shop.
It's a big op shop, a big Russian turn-of-the-century op shop.
Sharon Case, here we are.
This is our wig department. What we're doing is preparing for the next show. Having worn the wigs already today, they all need a tidy up.
This is the nameless, faceless person. Probably Frank.
Real hair, $4,000 worth a wig.
A lot of these wigs are very expensive, but the wig you're wearing now, they just got at a joke shop for $4. Isn't that right, Jozo?
That's right, Frank. I think that is pretty much it. Thank you for watching Frank and I be idiots.
I really helped you out on this one and made you look funny.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, as always. And, AussieTheatre.com, thank you.
Well, there you go, an in-depth and personal rare look behind the scenes of Dr Zhivago, which is playing until the 14th of August at the QPAC Centre. Tickets online at ticketek.com.au. I'm Bobbi-Lea, and this segment was brought to you by AussieTheatre.com.